All right, happy Monday. We are back. I'm going to do another episode because I was actually working already, like checking some things. I'm all caught up on like communications and like the immediate things that I need to do, and I'm going to continue. I was actually also putting together a presentation that I'm making. Wow, I don't want to say too much, but actually, by the time most people see this, it'll be well past the thing. So I'm actually presenting a project idea proposal to the CEO of my company. It's a small company. There's only like 50 of us. So, and I actually have lunch with them several times. Like, so it's not like that. Like, cause I did work at a place where, talking to the CEO would have been like a major deal. And like, oh my gosh, like, whoa. So, but then I came to find out that it really wasn't that big of a deal. It was only a big deal for people like that were contractors or temporary workers, like that had to act on their best behavior. Whereas the people, like when I got onto the IT team as a direct hire, like one of the first things I noticed was like, oh yeah, that's just so and so, that's the CEO, like whatever, like not like disrespectfully, but didn't really care either. It's like, oh yeah, I see him all the time, like didn't think twice about it. And then there's me, like groveling for a temp job through a temp agency. So it was a part-time job for them anyway, and it was contracted out through two different agencies. There was the one agency that normally provided contractors for this aerospace company, and this other agency provided me to that contracting agency as a telemarketing um, temporary assignment for one of their other clients. And they liked me so much, they were like, and they saw that I had a tech degree. They're like, oh, hey, you're calm, you're pleasant to deal with, like you, because I was working with a bunch of elderly people, so it was easy to do. But even if not, like telemarketers, they have to go through it like bad, and often they're the jobs that nobody wants, and so that's usually people with a criminal record or, you know, it's not their go-to job. It's like an emergency situation where they need to make some money, and that was the case for me. I was unemployed. I got laid off by a tech company because I wasn't doing a good job. I wasn't performing the way they liked, but they also really didn't tell me how they wanted to perform. I didn't have like any supervision. I was just off on my own. And I tried it. Like I was reading through the code, like trying to find something, and then by the time like after a year of that, I burned myself out just trying to figure out what they even wanted. Um, yeah, it was ridiculous, and I was bending over backwards for a particular company trying to like be like, well, I know how to do this, but I don't really have the authority or authorization, and I was not the right person for them to be talking to. But nobody else wanted to talk to him either, so it was like I was just stuck to being the representative. And I think they could tell too. They were like, yeah, this guy isn't really anyone special or important. You know, they just don't have time to really address our needs. So, anyways, off that track. So I'm doing this really cool thing today, but also what's even more cool. So that's cool for my company, like for the security of my company. Ow, stop. Polymunculo sands, like I don't know that. Seems like a bot. Like they didn't seem to be really like skillfully playing. It was like you could time it when they were gonna pop back out and shoot it and all that. Predictable. Although some people are predictable like that as well. They get into a way that they'll wait a couple seconds and they'll come out. And they'll poke their head back out. I also just realized that's better than the one that I have. Excuse me. Ugh. So basically, I'm doing a big thing. I do big things all the time at work. Like, I do a lot, wear a lot of hats, and it's amazing. I love my job. That's why I'm so careful about the advocacy of cannabis and stuff, because I do love my job. I don't ever want to lose my job. So, and as somebody who has lost a few jobs, and it's hard to be on your best behavior and be a shining example of like leadership and, dedication to something, especially when you're not getting paid like anything. Like then it's really hard because I went through quite a few temp jobs, a couple awkward ones. Like there was this one, um, and I also did the ACM, so I like helped people find jobs in the tech industry. Like that was part of my purpose during college. Like thinking about Rick and Morty, what is my purpose? You spread butter. Well, no, my purpose was I was given the opportunity to help facilitate meetings with students and tech companies in order to get better clarity and communication on what they wanted out of an employee. And so, and if nothing else, it would at least give them a starting point to be like, okay, this is what I got to focus on. This is what I need to learn, and this is what they're looking for. Okay, cool. So then they have a roadmap and like objectives and things to figure out. Whereas if they don't have that roadmap, then it can be very frustrating. There can be a lot of rejection, and then it's frustrating on the hiring company side as well because they're trying to figure out a way to explain, be like, how do I say this is a crappy job without telling you it's a crappy job? And you're probably going to quit in a year or two, but we need you. We can't afford to pay you. You know, please come work for us for a little bit. And they've figured that out. It's called internships and temporary assignments. And so that's the polite way of saying all that. And it's very understandable. And I think that's why, like, my particular degree is a tech degree, but it incorporates business classes. So people are a little more well-rounded, like, oh, like this is, so like this is why, you know, the budget is this or that. Because there's a lot of times where people want to build, like, the greatest thing and, you know, and like make it like the best software and everything. But it's not very realistic. You know, what's realistic is you can take this software that someone else made, hopefully you can still understand it and work with it, and then fix it, you know, as much as we can afford to do. But we have to have a constant, like, check-in system of, wait, do we have the funds or, like, the bandwidth to do this? Actually, to be honest, I like this a little better, even though it's a little lower quality. The type of gun. Like, it's so accurate from so far away. It's like a sniper without a scope. So, anyways, you put the reticle on what you want to hit, and then you hit it. So, oh. No, and I'm still just excited. Like, it's like Redmane. Like, oh, well, and you know, and that's all fine and good. Like, I like Redmane's acting and his music, but, you know, do I know him as a person? He seems respectful. He seems cool. Like, I'd probably chill with him. But I think I'd probably hang out with his sister more, and in a pleasant and, like, peaceful, like, not peaceful, sorry, a PG way. Because she was speaking for an advocacy group that I very much want to be a part of. And I think that's more exciting than hanging out with Redmane. Even though Redmane is my hero, he's my idol. Like, I basically wanted to be Redmane when I grew up. And I did. I mean, I accomplished a lot of, I mean, not like make a bunch of albums and good music and all that, but like be a legit person that smoked bud and still treated people with respect. That's who I wanted to be. And it's a very easy thing to do. Almost everybody that smokes bud is very easy to show respect. Like, it's easy for them. Because they're just chilling. Like, life can suck at times, and we know this. And weed helps. Like, it's not an escape. It's not meant to be. It's meant to be an aid, an assistant. And, like, even the stuff that they were talking about in the meeting. Like, how we have a cannabinoid system where our brains literally have receptors for cannabinoids. Like, whoever created us with the ability to intercept cannabinoids. Like, so, and if that doesn't speak to your whole, like, for, like, you know, the religious aspect of, like, oh, weed is evil, it's the devil, it's a drug, it's a, you know, no. It was designed by God, our creator, whoever you believe that to be used. And the Bible even says, I've given you all the seed-bearing plants and herbs to use for food. Now, even if you just ate cannabis, that would work too. And maybe that's like a point. Like, maybe we should focus on, yeah, we should focus on how to get it back into the food chain. Oh, how did I not hit him? Tight circles. Yeah. Doom Crow. Give me your stuff. Alright, so anyways. Oh, that's why I'm so excited about this. Like, so I'm launching a nonprofit, working with another organization that, and the government too. It's the, now I'm blanking on the name. It's like the Unified Empowerment Party. There we go. It's a mouthful, but I like it because it's also unique. And as I get more comfortable with it, I'll understand how to say it more. And that's kind of like a validation check in itself. Like, if you know enough about what this organization is doing to where you can actually say the name. And my own work is like that. We have a mission statement that we all need to like memorize and stuff. And I'm not going to say it because then that's doxing, potential doxing for any ne'er-do-well or any evildoer. Like, oh, this one lady, she's such a Karen. Like, oh, she she reminds me a lot of my own mom. Like, and I hate to say that, I love my mom, but good lord, she is the biggest anti-cannabis advocate I've ever met. The biggest. Like, she hates it with a passion. Like, and I have to try to walk on eggshells to try to figure that one out. Like, it doesn't work well a lot of times. Oh, come on. I want the big pots. I want the big pots and then the small pots and then all the pots. No, I'm just kidding. I remember there was a time when I thought pot, grass, weed, reefer was all different things. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, no, I would never do that. But I mean, this maybe, I don't know. Like, and the cops are there, like, no, none of it's okay. It's all illegal. Well, maybe this one doesn't sound so bad. Like, kind of stuff like that. Stop building. Pretty sure that's a bot. They're all bots anymore. I wonder if I'm even ever playing with real people anymore because my internet's so bad. And it's not that it's so bad. I'm uploading a video right now, so I mean, they probably put me in the fake room, like, oh yeah, you're playing with people. Wink, wink. Like, and I accept that. I'm fine with that because I don't have strong internet right now, and I'm not really trying to make it to where, like, it's not like the BattleNet days. Like back in the day when I used to play a bunch of Blizzard games, I would turn off all other programs and try to make it as fast as I could out of respect for people because nobody likes to play with someone who's lagging. It makes the game less enjoyable for everyone. But with this, if I lag out, then I just glitch. See, there's the red arrow right now. I've got no internet. So they've just got me just kind of like fading in and out. Like they probably changed me into a bot actually. Oh, that's profound. Like if I lose connection or disconnect for whatever reason, they might, switch me into another lobby and then the me in the game, because I've seen someone dressed exactly like this with, oh, that's a cool one. Actually, you know what? I'll leave you alone. Oh, but he's not going to leave me alone. Oh, they're going through it over there. Might as well just pop this because I see some heals over there. Ah! I'm gonna kill his NPC. Almost. Come on. Ah! Just barely. Come on. Oh, he got me. Oh. Yeah. Whew. That's what you get. You lose your buddy. Oh no, and I'm gonna die. Oh shoot, I didn't mean literally. I meant... Canyonero, Pucha. I need some heals. Actually, I'm done fighting you. I took your buddy. There's a chest under that bridge, but I want to go back into here. Better chance of heals, surviving. Oh yeah, lots of heals. So, anyways, big things happening today. I'm really excited. Like, there's a lot of things. I'm going to continue to be patient and do the things like with Redmane's sister. Like, I'm going to go see her in Denver. And there's a cannabis convention in June. So I'll go down there and meet with her in public so she knows that I'm not some crazy person. Because that's the sad state of things. Is like... Ah, dang it. Anyways, it's getting close. No, I've got another 16 minutes. And I'm actually not technically on the clock yet, anyway. Oh, he showed a bow. Oh, very respectful. And I feel like I've died a lot to this particular character. Is that little Yachty? It should be. I like the pants. Like, I would wear pants like that. I like orange. And that's the sad thing. In jail, you wear orange and green. Lime green and neon green and neon orange. Two of my favorite colors are jail colors. Also red. I have worn red before. So, yeah. Ooh, spooky. That was just a medication mismanagement with psychotropics. So I was unstable. And that's fair. I needed to be in that place at that time. But... the more preventative blue teaming way, or preventative blue teaming would be never do the psychotropics to begin with. Oh yeah, is it gonna... Oh, that's what I would have wondered. Like, can you make that ball shoot? That guy got revenge for me killing his NPC. That's fair. I like the bow. Anyways, like sparring. This type of sparring is okay as long as it... And that's one of the things I'm trying to teach my son right now. He's kind of disrespectful. Like he's at that age, and it's not an age thing. It's more of like a stage of development. There you go. A stage of development and understanding with communication and gaming technologies to where he likes to taunt. And I tell him like, no, you can't do that. He's like, all right. So he doesn't do it. Or if he does it, it's tasteful or like it's a lapse in judgment. Oh, whoa, that's cool. Is there water in it? The skin on my gun was like reacting to as the bullet count went down. I feel like it was losing its water aspect, like it was basically like it was emptying out or something, or correlating the amount of ammo currently in the magazine to the amount of water it currently shown, or whatever, that blue goo plasma, whatever. As I'm looking at this blue flame too. Anyways. So big news, yeah, launching communal, working with Unified Empowerment, the Unified Empowerment Party. I think that's what it is. Either way, I do intend on working with that party, being part of that group, being an advocate in Colorado for cannabis decriminalization. Every state should make their own choices, but at the same time, like Colorado, I've been fortunate to live in a state that has made that choice to where we are trusted to use cannabis recreationally as adults. Now, kids, and this is the important part, and this is why I kind of freaked out. I had a friend send one of their family members from a country that doesn't really care for cannabis, and they weren't 21. And so I didn't know what to do. Ultimately, I bailed. I hate to say that, and I will make it up to them, to that family. I'm actually working on buying a couple of trailers or cheap, affordable homes and making them into international housing for exchange or for students coming here from other countries. Like a step up from the iHouse, but then in some areas, but also a step down. Like, Because we do have the iHouses, the international housing for international students, and that's like one of the residential options for students coming from other countries to come study at CSU Front Range, basically live and learn in Fort Collins. So, and a lot of it is CSU, and it takes a lot of money and a lot of like resources to get someone here. Like the flight alone is like $1,000 or $2,000 guaranteed, and that could be one way. It could be $1,000 or $2,000 each way. And so that also aligns with this thing. If I can get, and I'm working with a couple of large tech companies that are funneling their donation stuff through certain programs, and if I can kind of link that, then people that come here to study can also do some volunteering time, earn some of the money for their studies, like some of their rent, their housing, all that, and they can pay their way. So I loved living with the Saudis. They were basically on my level, even though like I think I could tell like they were wealthy back home, or maybe they wanted to make it look like they're wealthy. I don't know. Like pride and ego are very relevant, very serious things, but we all have them, and it's tough, especially when you're in another country. Like I mean, I did my own swagger, and then like, and I still like one of the coolest things. I was talking to my buddy that's like, he's a super MAGA Republican, loves Trump, loves conservative values. Some of the more wild stuff, not so much. Like, I mean, in his opinion about anyone who loves non-traditionally, like gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, it's all just like people's choice or people's thing. Well, and so that's not, that could get you attacked in certain ways. Oh, like if you try to say that it's a choice when it's not, then people slip up, like whatever, like, but it is, life is all about choices. We're gonna typhoon blade this person. Where'd they go? They give up? I think they were going for this. Are they going for Godzilla? I'm going for Godzilla. No, thank you. You had your chance. Oh, there's another person. The grassy knoll. And I just killed the person attacking you. Not very nice. Okay. And I'm still just trying to get over there to fight Godzilla. Although I do need to go after this one. Like, I need to eat some breakfast and be ready. I have a meeting here at the top of the hour. So. I like these things, like fast walkways. Oops. I mean, ideally the splashes would be good, but if you're down to like one or two. Oh, actually. Or is this chili splash? No, this is actual splash. So there we go. 3 is good. I don't know. Technically, that's only like 10 points better than a big pot. So as I say that, I might go back and grab that big pot, because then if I actually, yeah, let's go get the big pot. Because then if I find another one, then I've got 100 points. If I got 3, then 150. So the overall gain, unless I had like 8 of those chug splashes, but even then, ooh. Although I do like this. Okay. Like, who would just leave a golden gun like that? Alright. Ah. Now it's like skiing or snowboarding. Alright. There we go. Okay. Let's go fight. Oh, keep forgetting I have this. Oh, don't die. Okay. Alright, he's gonna be dead by the time I get there. Okay. Oh, but anyways, back to the thing. So I did just get confirmation from my buddy that works with one of these large tent companies that if I can get it organized, then any and all of the volunteers, well, okay, so it's a case-by-case basis. Like, we got to be careful to cover our bases. Oh no, he's gonna shoot me. Oh, I come in and I just get shot by Godzilla. I killed him, but I did almost no damage. I like that. I like that it says who did the most damage, because even though I think I did the final blows, like, yeah. Oh, and it is the year of the dragon, I believe, as far as Asian culture goes, or Chinese culture. That's another thing. Cannabis and Asian culture, that's going to be a tricky one, because they are so adamant that it is dangerous, that it is, because they've been looking at, like, America, like, oh gosh, the war on drugs, and if they're president, but then they also know that our government is messed up. Like, we love to lie. We love to hurt our own people. We love to be at war with our own people. We love war so much that we're at war with ourselves two ways. We have the war on terror, and we have the war on drugs. So two wars being actively fought by law enforcement, corrections, the Department of Justice, like the FBI, all of this stuff. They're fighting Americans. How? Well, the crime bill that Joe Biden signed in 1994 and that he bragged about. There's a video of him basically sentencing Hunter Biden, his son, to 5 years prison. The judge has no choice. The judge has to do it, 5 years. And they can take everything. So depending on what the judge wants to do, if the judge is having a bad day, guess what? There's your car, your house, all your money, your bank accounts. Like, oh, you're a drug dealer. Who cares? And even though drug dealing work is work, like, whether the substance is illegal or not, those people are putting in hours, days of work and effort. And all for what? Because the government is too cowardly to admit that they were wrong. Yeah, see, that's that bullish. So, and that's where it's at, really. I mean, the government has to admit that they were wrong. This is not a harmful plant. This is not a threat to national security. These are not bad people. Like, these are Americans that are getting targeted and attacked and imprisoned still to this day. Like, I would almost slap Joe Biden. Not really, but, like, proverbially, yeah. Thinking about all of Redmane's posts about slapping people. But slap them with some harsh truths, like, metaphorically, like, hey, look at this. Your son's going to prison for 5 years. Bye. Like, if you didn't care about all the people that I know that went to prison, then I don't care about you and your people that go to prison. That's where it's at. And there are plenty of people out there that, yeah, uh-oh. We can get a couple more. And we're going to use this sword to run away. Whee! So, and that's just it. Like, people are people no matter how much money they have or power or whatever. And Joe Biden gave Hunter Biden a pardon, a blanket pardon for all that. So he was able to buy a gun, do crack cocaine on camera, sleep with adult sex workers, like, all of this stuff. Like, live the American dream, basically, for a few wild days of partying, and then still hold a respectable job, have money, have family support. He seems okay now. So that just proves that, okay, crack cocaine, literally, it's not that bad if you do it right. Like, if you don't do it all the time. And it goes back to the South Park mentality. Like, and I'm not saying go do crack. Please don't. But please don't get to the point where you think that that's okay. Like, and drinking, a lot of it. Although, as I say that, Like, well, actually, no. Drinking is still at the heart of it because one of the things about drinking is I'm probably gonna die. You better run. Shoot your car. Oh, yeah, I got it. Anyways, I gotta run. So ta-ta for now. Have a great day. I'll keep you posted with updates of what happens. But so far it's looking good. And I'm pulling people together. And oh, so the point of all of it is to get it to where we can get some iPads or some computers, some Dells, some Macs, some Windows, like all sorts of different tech pieces. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna slowly give them to kiddos in the high school or kids and families that can need them, and then that'll ripple outward, and we'll first focus on kids in schools, and it'll be like parents can sign up for it, and then the kids earn it. No questions about financial history, no first come first serve. Well, I guess it is more first come first serve. We also got to kind of make it, well, it's merit based. So if you do it, and then we need to give people the option, even the kids, be like, okay, do you want to keep it or do you want to give it to someone else and then earn another one? And they might be like, yeah, I want to give it to someone else and then I want to earn one. And then whoever receives it as a gift, they'll turn around and be like, well, now I want to go give it to someone else. So then they'll earn one. And it is that pay it forward mentality with tech devices. And I guess the important thing is like I have a way to let people earn it themselves and put up with their own volunteering work, their own sweat and blood and tears. Hopefully not blood and tears, but it could happen. You could get hurt on the job, and you volunteer, and then you get paid with being able to give someone else something nice. Like it's amazing. It's like the feeling of Christmas. For those that don't know, the whole idea of Christmas is like it feels great to give people stuff. You could really care less about what you get as long as like they're happy with what you gave them. There's a little bit of jealousy, like, well, I didn't get anything, or I didn't get anything good. And actually, I need to make that right, because I ran out of money right before Christmas. But then I went to Vietnam. I bought a bunch of trinkets when I did get paid. So now I have these really cool things to give, but they're just a little late. And my family's understanding, so thankfully. Anyways, ta-ta for now. I will see you in the next one.